Hi, Carl Ford here at IT Expo in Miami, and I'm here with Graham Francis, CEO of the SIP School.
Hi,
Graham,
Carl.
thank you very much for being here.
Pleasure, Carl.
So, Graham, you guys have been doing surveys now, and I think we've got a new one coming up. Why don't you tell me what's going on with your SIP survey?
Well, the SIP School produces a survey every year where we try and find out what the state of SIP is when it comes down to how SIP's working with service providers, session border controllers, PBXs, where the problems are, what the enterprises find out the issues are, and the survey is used to highlight the issues and for these companies to find out what they can concentrate on to make the experience better for the end customer. It's our third year, and we're hoping to have the survey out by the middle of March. So we're working on collecting data still, and as soon as it's out, we're going to publish it, and hopefully it'll be a good read, an interesting read for everybody involved with SIP.
Okay, and like we said, you've had a couple done already. So now, tell me about the changes in the first two, and you know, is there? You think after you get a third point, you'll get like a trend line here? Is there?
Well, the trends we're finding are that companies still are having issues. They're still having issues with PBXs, trunking providers, and it all comes down to interoperability. Everyone's interpreting SIP differently. We all have this blueprint, this RFC that we're working from, but everyone's still interpreting it differently, and it still points out the need for interop testing between service providers and the manufacturers, and they've got to carry on doing it. It's not a done deal. SIP still has its issues, and we've still got to work at it, and that's what the survey is highlighting, that it's still the same, and we're hoping it's going to get better, and we're hoping something like the SIP survey will help people focus.
Okay, so we've talked about the survey, but now let's talk about the SIP School. What does the SIP School do? You know, what do I learn at the SIP School? I'm assuming I'm learning, so tell me what I'm learning.
Yeah, you're learning all about technical SIP. So you learn all the basics of SIP messaging, SIP when it works with firewall, security, trunking, troubleshooting, UC, everything that an engineer, installation engineer, support engineer, design engineer needs to know about SIP. It's all in our main technical program. The technical program is also comes with a certification called the SSCA. People can become a SIP School Certified Associate and become qualified in SIP. Now, a lot of people are using this certification for people's job objectives. People are taking the certification to get a job. In fact, a guy came up to me yesterday after my talk in the Ingate Theatre and said, "Hey, great, I just want to introduce myself and say thank you. I got my job with Avaya because I got your certification." And that's a really nice thing to happen. Now, we have just under 9,000 students on our roster now. We've sold over 10,000 SIP training programs. And it's not just technical SIP. We teach people about sales and marketing. So the guys that just need to go out and sell the SIP trunking or UC or hosted PBX solution, they have something to support them, and they can go out and differentiate themselves from the crowd. So that's the SIP sales and marketing program. And we have a third program, which is called Networking for VoIP, which is a brand new updated program which talks about voice over IP, video over IP, and also IPv6, which is a hot topic as well right now.
Yes, we're making the migration. So that sounds great. Now, it's the sipschool.com, right? So you have to...
It's www.thesipschool.com.
Right.
And that's how you can get to us. And you can see the pricing, you can see demos, you can download schedules. There are some free bits and pieces you can get if you sign up for the mailing list. And there's lots of activity on that site.
Great. I'm looking forward to hearing more about the survey coming up. Thanks.
Thank you, Carl.